back to it. I say I'll always come back, and I come back. Today, I have the most passionate person in the country. Literally, she's going to give you a poem, whether you want it in English with a little bit of tear or you want to laugh, she's going to give it to you. So we have a writer, a spoken word poet,
person,
everything, storytelling. She's that person. I have Damn Etu.
You must say it with pizzazz.
What is your name? Who came up with Damn Etu? Was it when because she performs spoken word all the time?
Yes.
And then we go, damn.
So my name is actually Etole.
Yeah.
And obviously for short, people call me Etu.
Yeah.
And then this one time, I performed at the Warehouse Theatre. That time I was still Warehouse, but upstairs was the loft.
Like Brewers now. For the youngins, if you don't know. Brewers.
For the youngins, it's Brewers.
Yeah.
So I performed, and then somebody was like, when I finished, I think it was a really cool piece, and the person said, "Oh damn, Etu!"
And then they're like, right there.
Clock it.
Right there.
That is the name.
Do you know where I want to start? I want to start at Mondesa Youth Opportunity. I want to go back all the way there.
It's what a beautiful place.
Who decided, this is the program you're entering?
So,
what had happened?
So, Mondesa Youth Opportunities is an after-school program in Swakopmund. And it was started by this very lovely, kind man. His name is Robert Myers, for full name. And he started this program in 2005. 2004.
Okay.
But how the program started is they first, he partnered with a lady called Alta, I forgot her surname now, where they were teaching young kids tennis.
Yeah.
And at the school that I was, for some good reason, I was apparently very good at tennis. Festus, that was the primary school. Yo, guys. So at that time,
like the primary school or what?
If I say no, they will come for me.
Okay. So let's say,
We're gonna say okay.
Okay. So you were playing tennis?
Yeah. So I started playing tennis grade 2.
Okay.
Since grade 2, I played tennis. I think until like grade 11.
Yeah.
And I was really good at it. I was ranked second in the country at one point. Why I left, girl, it's a story for another day.
Okay.
But MYO gave opportunities to so many of us. Including myself. We have a lot of very accomplished people in Namibia currently that have went through the same program. Yeah. But what they did...
Who are they? Give us names.
David Pender is one of them.
Oh, shout out to Pender.
He's a very very great friend of mine.
Yeah.
Another guy who's been featured in one of the magazines, really, Chief Thomas is the pilot. He's one of the brilliant people, myself included.
Was coming that.
A lot of the people.
So it's not necessarily tennis. It was
No. So tennis was an addition because they started with tennis, but they figured these kids need more. So they started giving after-school classes, which was maths, English, music, and sports. Yeah. So
and you went there for what?
No. Everybody participated in all of them. But those who were not good at tennis later had to take up volleyball. So you had an option. But through high school, though, so after school, you would go to school from 8 to 1, and then after school you are at MYO from like 2 to 5, and then that was your life. Then Saturday you had tennis. So pretty much my life was always busy. Yeah. So
then also like now, what did you learn from there for it to have an impact on what you do?
To be honest, everybody else that has gone through MYO, including myself, I think the biggest lesson that we have now is that they saved us a lot from a lot of things. Because growing up they took kids from underprivileged homes. Most of them who were good performers in school. And but the environments that we stayed in most of the time were there were drugs, there were alcohol, there were close to shebeens and whatnot. So them taking us out of those environments and giving us a head start from our future, that was very good for me. And I think that's also where my love for English started, because we also had a reading section where we had to do book reports and you had to write about what you read and stuff like that. So I think that's where my love for writing and English started. And I think it played a very big role because all the English teachers that taught me, I'm still in contact with them. And they're like, oh my gosh, you're doing well.
But also English is eating even now. You're like, rah. What is it about writing though? Like,
writing.
Why? Like
I started journaling grade 4.
Oh, so you are the journal type. Like do you have like journals?
I have. And the funniest thing,
like where you like write your crush's names and all of those things. Do you have them?
I have them, and I still have my journal from grade 5. And sometimes when I want to, remind myself, like, these are things that we probably used to write about, I go back and write. Okay, most of them were probably like about my crushes and the guys.
A life documented, guys.
Yes.
Not all of us have documented life.
Please
like
journal, guys.
Yeah.
Journal,
Do you journal till now?
Important. Yes, I do.
What do you think is why would you recommend journaling?
I think it tests your progress in life.
Yeah.
Also, it gives you a perspective of the things that you overcome. Because sometimes you forget about it's almost like prayer, for instance. You know how people say sometimes you forget about things that you prayed for, and then you are in the moment and you're like, this is something.
Sometimes we don't even remember,
It just finds you. But journaling is often like that because you when you go back to read about these things, you're like, I was going through this thing, but now it's very much in the past. But not only does it give you a perspective, but it helps you sometimes.
It does. I journal because, guys, you have to offload somewhere. If you don't trust the people in your life, write it down.
Apparently, ChatGPT is also another joke.
Yeah. Do what you gotta do. Okay.
That's right.
So writing and reading came, and then how did you know you can turn these things into what we call spoken word and poetry and all of those things?
Apart from journaling since grade 4 and whatnot, in high school, for some reason, this one guy approached me. It's like, no, he wants to write a poem or a love letter to his girlfriend. He doesn't know what to say in high school. So I was like, okay, are you paying me? Okay, the guy paid me like $15.
You lie.
But
you made me pay.
No, girl, it's my word.
You made me pay.
I said, are you going to give me $15? Like, okay, I'll zula $15. So he paid. And then I don't know how people find out, how the boys found out, it became a thing. So I was writing love letters for.
So you were wingmaning from the start.
Didn't know what to say. I made yours relationships. I'm joking.
So you created love.
Yes.
You are
I'm the epitome of love.
You were putting things together to make it work.
My heart is out of my chest because of you. Country is me. Like,
wow.
But that's how it started. And then I realized, like, hey man, I think I'm actually really good at this.
Yeah.
So let me start trying to write. But my style of writing in high school was very it wasn't very honest kind of writing.
Okay.
So, because I remember I picked up a book I was cleaning one of the classrooms, and it might really sound cliche, but my further love
tell us a fairy tale. Mm-hmm.
There's a book, I still have that book. I picked it up in one of my English classes, and it was a poetry book. And I was like, okay, this is very interesting. There was a very specific...
Do you know the name? Give us the name.
I think it's Echoes of something. I forgot it.
Okay.
I forgot it.
Okay.
I will send you a picture so you pin it somewhere in the corner.
Okay.
I will.
Okay.
And that book sort of slightly carried me because most of the pieces I really loved.
Yeah.
But I was also slightly a loner-ish, but most of the pieces were a bit of, they spoke to who I am and whatnot. So I was like, I imitated that kind of writing.
Okay.
Very much.
So you have the book and then you sort of, I want to do this.
Yes.
So, okay.
And I would write about the things that I'm experiencing, but it was mostly in the same style as in the book.
Sort of like referencing what's
thing.
in there.
Yes.
Okay. Where was your first ever spoken word poetry performance?
My first performance was... Ever.
Were you nervous?
I took part in this competition. It was in high school, and I really thought
What grade were you that time?
I think I was grade 11. I was grade 11, and I think I really thought my piece was the best. Oh god! And I was so sad that I didn't win because I think
it was a competition.
It was a competition, and I submitted and I did an interview where I had to perform.
Yeah,
but I didn't make it to the final show. Yeah. I was very sad because I did go to the competition where we were doing the pieces, and I'm like,
is it here in Valvas?
Oh no, it was in Swakop.
Oh,
I grew up in Swakop.
Okay,
so it was in Swakop. So when I went to the competition and I heard the people, I was just like,
this is it.
Y'all are haters. Haters, and I'm gonna show you why y'all are haters. But yeah, I was like,
and then spoken word Namibia. Is it spoken word Namibia?
Spoken word Namibia. I think in 2014 when I came to Windhoek, that's when I started my varsity.
Yeah,
I came to Windhoek, and then there was it was spoken word Namibia.
Yeah,
I think it was being run by Eshwin Berry.
Yeah. Shout out to Eshwin. He played a big part in Namibian
very
poetry.
much. Places. Nesindano Nami says, mwah, I love her so much. And I can't remember so many people. I remember the first time I did an audition, I met this lovely girl. I still tell her that I love her so much, and she's just like, oh, Etil, you are such a good poet. Her name is Mel.
Yeah.
Mwah, Mel is a fantastic poet.
Which Mel?
What's her surname, man? I forget.
I think I know the Mel you're talking about.
Dreyer.
I think you know you're talking about. But
yes. We auditioned together and we both got in, and that's where I started performing now. But I would perform occasionally because sometimes the pieces I would audition with, they are not that well, and they're like, no, maybe come for the next show and whatnot. That's how it grew. And because I liked that spoken word Namibia at least gave you constructive feedback to say, okay, your piece here, it lacks this and this, that.
Like it's a direction.
Yes. And we also had rehearsals before the show and whatnot.
What did you study? What did you come to study?
So I did English, and 2014 I did.
Expected?
I studied English. I did my bachelor's. No, that was very. I actually.
Would you recommend English? Because I always hear a lot of people talking about, I cannot go to university and go study English.
I would. I actually would, because English gives you a lot of opportunities. Okay, for me personally, if you are creative, or if you are in the media space, or if you are an outspoken person, I would literally say do that, or either that or communications. But for me, English was. I don't know, it was just my first love. And I did my bachelor's, and I did honors, and I did my master's.
You did your honors?
Yes, and then I did my master's.
In words? How was that? What was your, what did you call it? What was
my
your
research?
Yeah.
So for my research for the honors was interrogating madness in African women. And it was based on, what's the book? Neshani Andrea's Purple Violet of Shantu. I'm not sure if you've read it.
I've heard of it.
Yes, and what is the lady, the Zimbabwean lady? Not Chimamanda, the other one.
She's Nigerian.
Oh, she's Nigerian.
Girl.
Okay,
so you did your honors and you did your master's.
Yes, and I went to do
your master's research.
Interrogating the narrative that men are trash. You should read my research.
I mean trash.
Oh, child.
Where's your research? Can we go read it?
Yes, you can get it online actually, because it's on the NAS library. So you can access it for free. If you just type my name in and say men are trash, you will find the research.
Do you know how crazy it is for somebody to graduate because they prove that men are trash?
A distinction. So you cannot.
It was distinction. So men are trash.
Oh, they be.
This whole time.
They be.
Let's talk about activism, because I think even like just your research topics, it's screaming you are interested in making
always
a
at
change.
the forefront.
Yeah.
Always at the forefront. And
why?
My friend likes to always joke. I don't know if it's joke, but she always sends me pictures when I'm at a protest.
Yeah.
And it's always me at the front. It's
literally. Yeah.
But
you're
I'm
so
like,
passionate.
I am.
Even the recent GBV for the kids.
Yes.
Kahanja, you were literally at the forefront.
I did poetry as well there. But what
is it about activism for you?
How do I answer that? I feel like activism is a way for us to speak up, obviously, but some of these I need to make it known that this is my stance on these things that are happening. So if anybody else comes to me with a different opinion, know that you will meet a clash. Because I stand for the hill I'm going to die on. Guys, please legalize sex work. Legalize the Shango lifestyle.
Let me ask, why must we legalize sex work? I want to ask.
Because why are we limiting to people to things, to certain ways of making money? Also, I think legalizing sex work puts women at a safer position, because then it's easier for them to go to hospitals and get proper medication without being stigmatized, because you are a sex worker, you are labeled as a whore and whatnot. Also, it makes it creates a system where people can actually work properly without, because I think there was a story, Kanjagedi, where these women are selling themselves.
I saw that
for $50. But $50. But if we legalize sex work to a certain extent, where we can say there are certain frameworks in place, there are strategies in place, we can actually have an excess fee for these women to actually take care of themselves. Because obviously, guys, I didn't turn to sex work because that's what I want to do. The opportunities are not there. There's high unemployment rate, and I need to take care of somebody. Maybe I have a child or I have somebody at home. Those are things that we need to consider.
Also, in the same breath, you're also championing abortion rights. with Sister Namibia.
Yes.
Why?
I'm always at the forefront of
We're going to ask why.
No, please, by all means. Because Africans make cookie make yes, you understand? But also at the end of the day, this person, the fetus, not a person, the fetus is inside me. And this is my body. It's my choice. I get to decide what I want to do with it. You understand? Because why must you have certain rules over my body?
Yeah.
It's a secular state. We are not all Christians. Even though obviously Christianity is up there.
It's top notch in Namibia. It's right there.
Also, if we legalize abortion, again, it creates a safe space for women.
Yeah. Because
guys, I think we even had this discussion on Twitter that for you to actually get an abortion legally, you need so many people to go vouch for you. I think you even need. I'm
you need to be raped or something. And
it needs to be rape, or it needs to be really a thing where you are in a bad state health-wise. Yeah. But also, even if it's a sexual assault case, there needs to be certain proof from a doctor. Yeah. I think there's even a religious leader that needs to come through.
It's a process.
What is religion doing in my body?
It's a process.
What is the pastor doing in this whole story? It's my body, guys. And I'm telling you that I've been sexually assaulted. Yeah. Why must I give you all these other many reasons? Yeah. Just because I don't want to have this child.
You have attended so many protests in the country. Yes. There's a lot of people, especially on Twitter, there's discussions about how people are not attending protests. If somebody's watching and they're not attending protests, what can you tell them?
Hello.
What must you?
Hello. Don't stress me. I'm kidding. No, going to these protests not only creates solidarity, obviously it does create solidarity in the fact that we need to stand for a certain cause. And this cause is obviously either justice for victims,
and you don't even need to be at the forefront. Like
you don't need to be. Just like you can be at the back. You can even give us water.
Just
the
walk.
People that are
you
marching.
Can even just walk.
Give us the water. We will be very happy for it. But solidarity for solidarity's sake. But a lot of these things that are surrounding things like sexual assault, especially for these kids and the killings, they are very rooted in traditional aspects and traditional reasons. Yeah. And the more we talk about it, the more we go to these protests, you learn a lot. Number one, you learn a lot and you unlearn a lot. But also it gives us a platform to what is it? To merge the gap between traditionalists and wokeness, so to say. Yeah. Because obviously, hey, Gen Z is on another level with being woke and whatnot. They know why, obviously, a 15-year-old shouldn't be taking part in sexual acts. But can they explain it to the next person? Yeah. Our parents, that. And I think that's where
the explanations are radical. Like it's
but my mother or my grandmother doesn't understand that. Yeah. Because if a 15-year-old gets pregnant, the first thing they will say is but they don't understand that the law says this is either it's rape as it is, but how do we explain these things to these people? Yeah. If we create protests and we create these movements, that's the only way it can actually happen.
Doesn't it get tiring though? Because
to be an activist?
Yeah.
Never wake me up at 3.
Just you are, I don't know, are you an empath? Like you have to take on all of these stories and just the state of the country when it comes to GBV and sexual liberation, all of these things. Doesn't it weigh on you?
I think being an empath has its downside, and obviously it has a lot to do with whatever it is that's happening around you. But especially for me as a writer, I think when I was supposed to write the piece for the kids and the killings and whatnot, I literally had to write that piece while we were walking, because the whole 2 weeks that I had when they were planning the protest, I was just like, guys, I don't know what to write because I'm just so sad. Wow. It's really sad. But the emotions can overpower you, and you can always be in a state where like, yo guys, I'm tired and whatnot. Yeah. And we try so hard to not crash out, because I think our other protest where we went to the other minister's workplace and we all texted her, resign now. That is how tired and fed up we are. Wow. But I think it reaches a certain point where you're like, this is exhausting me, but we can never be exhausted to fight for the rights of other women, for the rights of kids, for the right of LGBTQ rights. Amen. It's the same way men are also fighting for polygamy rights. We are not in your way. Marry 2 people if you have the capacity.
So you are in your lane and sort of, do you have hope for this country?
I don't think I have faith in humanity, girl.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
Do you think,
but I love human beings.
Do you think people are inherently good or inherently bad?
Yo, it's a yin and yang. Hey?
Really?
I feel like it's a yin and yang because but it's a yin and yang, but more on the downside. You don't know what you're doing is wrong, Abby. You know that me going out of my way to go actually cause harm to this person is very wrong. But because most of these things are power comes into play, or you are just, it's rejection. A lot of it is because of rejection, and obviously a hurt ego when it comes to men and whatnot. Those things contribute to that being bad. So maybe I can say bad people.
So we're inherently bad people.
Yes.
Like society doesn't teach us to be bad people. We are bad.
You are choosing to be a bad person. But because you know the consequences, but you also know what it leads to and everything else. So I don't have faith in humanity now.
Okay, let's go back to frankly speaking.
Oh my good God.
When?
My good
how what? Because now you are doing spoken word Namibia.
Yes.
Who introduced you to frankly speaking?
Frankly Speaking was an opportunity. Remind you, I'm no longer with Frankly Speaking.
Yes.
But it was a platform that a friend and I, or a business partner and I, had collaborated to start. It started in 2020 when we were like, you know what, it's during COVID, but now it's a thing of poetry is dying out. People are always in their houses. What are we going to do about it? You know? And then we decided, you know what? Let's try to start a poetry show and see where it goes. Okay. So our very first show was at NBC Studios, and it was really good. We didn't charge people because of our very first show. It was very good. We had a good interactive session. We did, but it was just the 2 of us. Yeah. But then later on, we realized, hey man, I think we need to, because at the end of the day, the whole idea was, because it's poetry, there was an avenue for it. We need to continue this avenue, even though it was cut short because of COVID. How do we bring more people on board, especially the poets? So they came on board, we brought other people on board, and that's how it has been for the past 5 years. And then obviously recently I was like, you know what?
And then why did you leave?
Hey, my girl, the drama.
Oh, it was drama.
Drama.
Guys, the poetry industry is great.
Yo, you guys also have drama. The creative industry has a lot of drama. But I'm doing my own thing now. I have a show on Friday. What's
the thing called?
So the brand launch, it's Damn At brand launch, and I'm just sort of introducing myself, like, because for the past 5 years I've been doing collaborative work, and now I'm finally doing my own thing. And
is it like one man show or like?
No, it's not a one man show.
Concept?
So for a lot of people that have seen me perform, I've always been performing with other people, and always been obviously with Frankly Speaking, if it's not side gigs and whatnot. But this show is more about me introducing myself to people. But I do have opening acts that are also going to be performing there. But it's going to be lovely. You're going to enjoy it. It's 27th of June.
Is it gonna be yearly thing or
yes, I'm planning on having at least 3 or 4 shows a year. Because I want to give you guys new work and
then merch. What?
Guys,
how much is the merch?
Do you guys see my title? It's so cute. It's so cute. But nonetheless, I do have merch, which are obviously shirts as well as hoodies. The shirts are $250. The hoodies are $350. You can choose a design.
So people can come buy at the event.
I will have merch at the event, but it's limited stock. So first come, first serve.
Okay, I love it. You're doing so well for yourself.
Thank you so much.
I am so proud of you.
Thank you, girl.
Wow. Okay, and then what's next now? It's them Etu?
Yes.
What else is happening?
So besides the Dem Etu brand launch, what I'm venturing into now is obviously full-time being a content creator. But this content creation is, I'm being a storyteller.
Yeah. Because I actually wanted to talk about it because you sort of put visuals to your words now.
Yes.
What was the...
my friends have been saying, bruh, can we do this? Can we do this? I'm like, it's fine. My very first, I think what gave me that idea was the piece I did at City of Ventu. A lot of people say, oh, Tuna Nganjera. But the piece actually has a title, guys. It does have a title. But everybody just says, oh, Tuna Nganjera. So that piece, when I received so much love, I said, you know what, I think it's actually a good idea to put visuals to all these words. And that's when I did the Casipedes with Mabuza. Shout out to Mabuza.
That was my favorite one, by the way.
You don't like Silent Whispers? The one in Oshiwambo?
Silent Whispers, yeah. I loved the Mabuza one because it was...
You probably also like Casibos.
No. I loved the Mabuza one because it was art.
Thank you.
Literally art.
Thank you.
So shout out to you, man. Yes. And then also now, in terms of putting visuals, who's like your inspiration?
My inspiration, most of the times, most of my visuals or most of my pieces actually, there are a lot of experiences from back home. So I try to embody my childhood experiences in all these things.
I actually want to talk about like, why do you use Oshiwambo as a medium of like expressing yourself? Is it like a thing there, or it's just I'm a Vambo and I'm gonna express myself?
To be honest, it is intentional, but it's intentional in the way that in order for me to tell the stories of the women that I've experienced or I've seen experience, I need to do them in Oshiwambo because that's the language they spoke.
Yeah.
But also I'm an Oshiwambo orator. Yeah. I used to call myself, I'm the modern Nangil Nashima, guys. I love her so much. Shout out to her because she is such a brilliant storyteller, orator. And but also speaking in Oshiwambo gives everybody else a context of how I grew up. But also it provides, people can relate to the stories and so forth.
This is the queen of my Retumburo, guys. Like, she eats it up. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for coming through. Where can people catch you? Your social medias?
So my social media is dem_etu on Instagram, or for my personal page is blog my papile Hole. On TikTok it is dem_etu, as well as on X. And X is published poet. But I also have published too. Okay, check it out.
That was dem_etu, aka to Hole. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as I always say, I'll be right back. Right back.